Hey everyone! It is that time of the week. It's Lie with Kristy Wednesday, Wicked Wednesday, Werewolf Wednesday, whatever kind of Wednesday you are having today. I'm having a great Wednesday. It's been a good day so far. So happy to talk about all of the movies I'm going to be talking about today. This is going to be a good one. All four movies I'm talking about, I really liked. Podcast movie, Deadly Friend. And then I'll talk about Freddy's Dead. The Mad Room, and Massacre at Central High. So there is a theme this time around. I did 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s movie. So there you go. One for each decade. All right. How are y'all doing? Who's in? Let's see. Hello, David. How are you? Hello, JB. How are you? Hello, Dean. I am fantastic. Hey, Ryan. I've been wondering about you. I thought about you last week. I was like, wait, where's Ryan at? But I understand about work. I hope everything's going okay with you. Ultra 7 Dave. Oh, I like that one. Happy Witchy Wednesday. I like that one. I'm going to have to use that one. Thank you. Hello, Zombie Momsen. How are you? Are you on break? Hello, Lester. And hello, Bloodscribe Creations. Yo, how are you? All right, guys. Well, this is, like I said, this is going to be a fun one. I really enjoyed all four movies that I talked about. And I also have a couple other little topics to talk about, too, after I get done talking about the movies. And let's see, I have a few little products I want to show y'all, too. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun little discussion. All right. So, hey, Mike, how are you? Well, let me keep going. Let's see. You read a new book. Oh, what was the book? Oh, Happy Goblin Monday. Oh, it's raining. Hello, Thomas. How are you? I'm so sorry. It's raining in LA. It's pretty sunny here. It's a good day here. Hello, Trico. How are you doing? Imaginary Wednesday. Yes. Yeah, we will be doing Imaginary next week. So I'll review that next week. And we will on the Nightmare podcast as well. Oh, you're off until Friday. Yeah, that's cool. Hello, Haas. How are you? Thank you for joining in, everybody. I really appreciate y'all are very sweet. Thank you. All right. So let's talk about, let's start 60s. Let's do that. Let's do 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Let's go in order. I usually talk about the podcast movie first, but let's go in order though. Okay. So very excited to tell y'all about these movies. So The Mad Room. It's from 1969. It's more of a drama thriller, a little bit horror, I would say too, just a little bit more drama thriller. Now this is the crazy thing. When I watched it, it was on Tubi, and then all of a sudden it's not on Tubi. It's not on there all of a sudden. But the day that I watched it, it was, because I wrote that down, and now it's not on there. I'm not sure where it's streaming for free, but it is on Amazon for $3.99. And this is one of those times where I will tell you that it's a good $3.99 spent if you want to purchase, if you want to rent it. Or maybe you can find it free somewhere. But this was an excellent movie. Hello, Jeff. Hello, Israel. How are you? Hello, Jerome. And hello, Noah. How are you? All right, so I had never heard of The Mad Room. It was just one of those things where I was scrolling and I'm like, I don't know what to watch, and this popped up and I was like, okay, Mad Room, that sounds interesting. And I've kind of been on like an older movie kick lately too. And so I just kind of read about it and I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. How about that? And I so much love this movie. I want it for my collection, if there's a Blu-ray or anything out there. So story goes, you've got Ellen, she is an older sister of, I don't think I wrote the names of her brother and sister down. I didn't write the names of the brother and sister. Anyway, she's got a younger brother and younger sister. When they were kids, her younger brother slaughtered their parents, massacred them. They were 4 and 6 when it happened. Ellen was about almost teenager age, though. So obviously the kids go off to a mental hospital. Their whole kid teenage life. And now, Ellen, she's moved on with her life. No one knows about her brother and sister. They don't know about her parents. They don't know the situation. She's tried to, her whole life, separate herself from that situation. And now the mental hospital is calling her, and they're like, okay, well, we're about to release your brother and sister. They're now 18 and 16. The brother's 18, the sister is 16. We're about to release them, so you want to take care of them. So now the whole movie is she lives with her husband and her husband's stepmom, because her husband's dad had passed away. They talk about that for a minute, and you can tell that they're very rich and very wealthy, and she kind of like assists, it seems like to me. They don't go into it, but it seems like she's like kind of like an assistant to like his stepmom or whatever, or like an assistant to the house kind of a thing. So she's doing that. And so now her brother and sister have to come live with them at the house. And so now all that's happening through the movie is a web of lies, because she's trying to lie to everybody about her brother and sister, trying to make them like they haven't done this horrible thing. And the lies get worse. Things get worse. People die. And then there is a huge twist at the end. Huge twist at the end. And it was a fantastic twist. I will not say it, because I want you to go watch the movie and be like, oh, like I was. So, yeah, that's basically what it's about, but it's so good. The acting was amazing. You got, what was her name? Shelley Winters. She's in it. She's done a few things. But it's interesting because they portray Ellen as like, she's blonde, she's pretty, she has manners. She wears these real pretty dresses, real flowery dresses. She's real colorful. But when she gets her brother and sister, they're kind of like, and they're wearing dark clothing, so it's weird, the contrast. And then, like I said, the ending, there's a huge twist with the whole story. It's great. It's so good. Oh, hello, Darren. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the compliment. I'll give you my pretty little soul too, right? My week is going great. Thank you. I'm glad you like the shirt. It's one of our Nightmare Toys. I love 80s horror shirts. Since we were talking about Deadly Friend for the podcast, I figured I'd wear an 80s shirt. I don't have a Deadly Friend shirt. I need one though. All right. So basically that's what the Mad Room is about. And I absolutely loved it, so I want y'all to go find it streaming somewhere. But if you cannot, you can rent it on Amazon for $3.99. And again, like I said, I really think it's worth the $3.99. I think all this time, I don't think I've ever told y'all to pay the $3.99. I think I've always told y'all to wait. But this one, it's totally worth it if you can't find it free anywhere. I promise. And if you don't like it, then I don't know. I'm telling you, it's good though. Oh boy. Someone's going to message me. I want a refund of my $3.99 from you. I just see that. Just kidding. It's funny. Oh, I'm glad you have the shirt, Jeff. Thank you. It's one of my favorites. I think this was our first design. Wasn't this our first design? Yeah, it was our very first design, and now we have like 10 or 11, 12 different designs now. So yeah, cool. I like the colors too. All right, so next movie, Massacre at Central High. This came out in 1976. It's about an hour and 27 minutes long, so it's not very long. Oh, let's see. Oh, I didn't write down how long the Mad Room is. I'm sorry. I didn't write down that. It wasn't very long. This one, Massacre at Central High, is on Tubi. Another movie I did not know about. I wish I knew about in the 80s, but I didn't. This was so good. Chris, a guy named Chris on my Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, had posted about this, and I was like, ooh, I haven't seen that one. So I took his suggestion, watched it, and now I'm reviewing it. I loved it. Loved it. It's a lot about bullying. You got a lot about bullying in this. It's a big subject matter in this movie. But you have, I didn't write his name down. Let's see. Oh, yes, I did. David. David is the new kid in town, and he's the new kid at the high school, but he is friends with one of the kids at the high school. I guess they kind of talked about it, that they were friends when they were younger and went to another school together when they were younger or whatever. So he knows the one kid, but this one kid is part of this group of guys that are like extreme bullies in the school. Okay. And they're kind of wanting David kind of be part of their group, but David doesn't really want to be part of their group. They see that they're bullying people and he doesn't like it, you know. And he doesn't really, his friend that's part of the group, you know, it's kind of in the middle in the way, you know, because he's kind of wanting to be friends with David, but he's friends with his friends. And yeah, so that kind of gets a little messy, the friendship there. But the movie kind of plays out like Heathers. So when I was reading about this, Heathers drew inspiration from this movie. Okay. So David, in a revenge way kind of, starts killing off people. Starts killing off the bullies and getting rid of the problem in high school, you know, getting rid of the problem. But now all the, I don't want to say nerdy kids, but all the kids that were getting bullied, now that the bullies are all gone, now they're becoming bullies. So then there's that's going on. So now David's not liking that either. And so now he's taking care of that problem. And then at the end, he's going to take care of the whole problem, just kind of like Christian Slater was going to do in Heathers. Exactly the same thing. So it's really cool, but it's a little, Heathers is dark, but it's a comedy. This is not comedy. This movie is not comedy at all. What do y'all say? And Mad Room, 7 out of 10? Yeah. I would say for me, the Mad Room 7, yeah, 7 or 8. I really, really liked it. Yes, Robert Carradine. Thank you, Jeff. Robert Carradine from Revenge of the Nerds. He is in this movie. He's 22 years old in this movie, playing a high school student. And then when he's in Revenge of the Nerds, playing like an 18-year-old, he's 30. But it was really nice to see a real young Robert Carradine in this. Very nice. He's not one of the bullies, but he is one of the kids that got bullied but kind of turned into a bully kind of a thing. So, yeah, he plays that. Then you have Kimberly Beck. Let's talk about Kimberly Beck, okay? Kimberly Beck is Trish from Friday the 13th Part 4. She plays Corey Feldman's sister. And we all know that she is, you know, the goody two-shoes one in that movie. She doesn't show any nudity, but we do get our nudity from other actresses in that movie. And me being me, and I like boobs. Just saying, I kind of was always, you know, I wonder what she looks like. Well, guess what? In this movie, you get full frontal nudity with Kimberly Beck. And might I say, very nice. Very nice. Yeah. I think that if she would have shown her tatas in Friday the 13th Part 4, she would have been best boobs in a Friday the 13th movie. Hands down. But yes, full frontal from her. And you get full frontal from one other actress in this too. So you get some nudity in this. And you get the blood and the action, and you get a little of everything in this. Hell Hello, Elaine. How are you? Hello, Aaron. Thank you for joining in. It's late here. Oh, okay. Bye, Darren. I hope you have a good evening. Oh, I'm glad I can make you smile. Oh, thank you so much, Darren. Get you some sleep. It's weird that it's dark over there in the UK and we're still having our day over here. Crispin Glover gets a... Yep. It was a good decade. It was a good... Deborah Voorhees. Yes, Deborah Voorhees would take that Rain Right Now with the boobs. And they are fantastic. But watch this movie and see Kimberly's. I can't believe we're just sitting here talking about this. Yes, I can. It's me. Where would you rank Freddy's Dead in the Elm Street series? Oh, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about Freddy's Dead. And I will tell you that. Hello, Halloween King Myers. How are you? Hello, Ryan. But yeah, I'm just going to put that out there about Kimberly and the full nudity. There is, so David actually, he's getting his revenge because of, with the bullying, with the bullies and all that. There is a part on there where the bullies, he's working on a car. He's working on the underneath of a car. And he's actually working in a car from someone that was bullied and they tore up his car. So now he's trying to fix it for that kid, which is very nice. So he's underneath the car fixing that. The bullies come in and they kick the car and the car falls on David's leg. And that messes up his leg, obviously. So the whole rest of the movie, he's limping around. So from that point on is when he starts his revenge and things start happening. But that part where the car falls on his leg, like they kind of like show it. And for 76, like they don't show the gore of it, but they show the car falling in the dude's leg, and that was like, oh, I could just imagine. But if it really happened in real life, like he would even have a leg. But that was an interesting part. Another part that I thought was really interesting in this movie, that they do hand gliding in this movie. Like, what horror movie has hand gliding in it? And then, wait, y'all, wait. Then there's a hand gliding electrocution. I don't think that's been in any other horror movie. Because, they're having this whole hand gliding moment, all these guys, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting to see them do all that, in a horror movie. Never seen that. And then one loses control and... yeah, electrocution. I was like, whoa! So that was an interesting kill in this movie. There's explosives. There's all kinds of stuff happening. Let's see. Oh, I wrote this down. This is funny. This is actually a funny part. So since David has his leg messed up and he's hopping around pretty much on one leg throughout the rest of the movie, right? There is a part, I swear to y'all, please pay attention to this. There's a part where he's there at school and he's going downstairs. I think he was going down. Was he going down or up? No, he was going down. I believe he was going down. And he's at the very top of the stairs. And this dude, this actor, literally hops on the 1 foot down the steps, but skips steps along the way as well and just boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, what? Did he just do that? I don't know how many times he practiced that, but it was kind of pretty amazing, which is why I wrote it down, because I thought it was kind of funny. I was like, oh my God, how did he just, it was crazy. I'm serious. Let's see. Hello, Sin666 the Peg. How are you? With the letters M and A. D and F. Ah, well, there you go. Captain Spaulding, how are you? Reckon Myers' ponytail is the biggest star Freddy's Dead. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I never thought about that, but yeah. Tattoo time, huh? Getting a tattoo? Hello, Tony. How are you? I'm great. Thank you for asking. Thank you for joining in, everybody. I really appreciate it. Okay, so yeah, that's basically what the movie's about. I freaking loved it. Excuse me. I can't believe I didn't see this at all or knew anything about it in the 80s. Highly recommend it. It's on Tubi. So, Massacre at Central High. Yeah. All right. Next. Excuse me. Let me take some water here. Next, let's talk about Deadly Friend, since that came out in 86. Hello, Mike. How are you? Hey. Thanks for joining in. All right. So, let's talk about Deadly Friend. It came out in 1986. It is directed by Wes Craven, if you don't already know that. This is a very underrated movie from Wes Craven. Of course, everybody always talks about Nightmare on Elm Street, but he's done a whole lot of other movies that are fantastic, and this is one of them. Kristy Swanson is in this, and y'all know her as Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She's been in tons of stuff. Flowers in the Attic is another 80s movie that she did right after Deadly Friend that it's also awesome. I grew up with that one too. I grew up with Deadly Friend. And then Matthew Labortex, I'm not sure if I'm saying his last name right, but he was in Little House on the Prairie. If you don't know that, I do. I love Little House on the Prairie. But Matthew was in that. And he plays Paul. And him and his mom move into a new neighborhood, a new house. And Paul is, I'm going to tell the synopsis if y'all don't know. I hope y'all know what this is about. But Paul is like a genius type person. He has a robot named BB that he built himself. He can also work on the brain. So he's like already doing brain surgery and all this other stuff at however age he's supposed to be in the movie, 16 or whatever. So he's kind of like a Dr. or Doogie Howser or a Sheldon in a way kind of thing. So he has this robot BB, right? Really cool. He meets Tom, who is the paper boy, and he meets Samantha, who is his next door neighbor. Samantha, pretty girl, played by Kristy Swanson. You come to find out that she is abused by her father. So that kind of becomes part of the story, the abuse by her father in this. And basically they have a neighbor across the street that's played by Anne Ramsey. She was in Goonies. She's been in a lot of stuff. She's the angry neighbor across the street. She doesn't want anybody going in her yard and all that. But on Halloween night, they go over there and they mess with her, and she ends up shooting BB and destroying BB. And of course, Paul's upset by that. And then later that night, like I said, Samantha's father abuses her, and there was some abuse, and ends up killing Samantha. So now Samantha, his next door neighbor, and BB, both friends of his, are now gone. So Paul is now wanting to save Samantha by putting BB's computer chip in her brain and reanimating her. So this is kind of like a Bride of Frankenstein type movie a little bit. And it works, and now she comes back to life kind of as BB and Samantha in a way. And now she's kind of going on a killing spree and killing those people that were mean to her, her father and the neighbor and whoever else gets in her way. And then you get towards the end where cops come and all that, and they shoot Samantha, and now she's dead again. But is she? It has one of those twist endings where you think she's dead, and then something happens, and at the end it shows her lying on the table. Paul is crying, and all of a sudden she pops up, and her skin is coming off because BB the robot is coming up out of her skin, and now he's got these really clawed, scary teeth now, and there's your end. BB. That's it. It's awesome. I love it. I love that little twist ending. There's just nothing bad I can say about this movie. You get the iconic basketball scene, of course. We all know the basketball scene. Awesome practical effects. It was not supposed to be that. It was actually, which is what kind of is depicted in this 8x10 I got from Kristy Swanson. She was actually supposed to strangle her. She's supposed to come up behind her and strangle her. Actually, the neighbor's name's Elvira. She's supposed to come up behind her and strangle her. That's where this scene from this 8x10 is coming from. That, didn't do it for everybody, and they needed more effects in there. They needed more horror, more gore, so they came up with the basketball scene. Thank God, because that's much more fun, right? She throws the basketball, head explodes, and then the body's hopping around with no head. It's hilarious. It's great. It's great practical effects. You can't get any better than that. The brain surgery part is really cool looking. That's really interesting when Paul's doing all that stuff. And then Sam has a dream sequence as well about her father, and she stabs her father with like a pipe. And so the pipe's coming out of his stomach, and then blood's going through the pipe and squirting all over the place. I've always liked that special effect in a movie. I mean, that's been done in other movies. I love that special effect. So that's a really cool, like real bloody moment in the movie. But yeah, I mean, there's just nothing bad I can say about it. I absolutely love Deadly Friend. I grew up with it. I watched it as much as I possibly could. It came on HBO, so that's how I was able to watch it all the time. Whenever it was on, I was trying to watch it. So here are my versions of Deadly Friend that I have. I have this particular DVD with Deadly Friend on it. I know a lot of people probably have this DVD, but if you do not have this DVD, I highly recommend trying to find it. Because every movie on here, all 4 of these movies, are really good. So this is an excellent DVD to have in your collection. And then I've got the Blu-ray, the Shout Factory Blu-ray, of course. It comes with the slipcover and then the alternate original slipcover as well, which I didn't know. I didn't know this was on the back of it. I had this picture on here, and Brian, when I came in today, Brian was like, oh, you can flip it around and do the original cover. And I was like, oh, I guess I never paid attention to that. And so he flipped it around for me, and I'm like, okay. Did not know that. So there's the Blu-ray from Shout Factory. It came with a poster too, so I have the poster. I'd love to have a little figure of BB. That'd be cool. I have a Killbot from Chopping Mall, so that would be really cool. Yeah, HBO. It came on HBO all the time. Yes. Now, great double feature, Chopping Mall and Deadly Friend. There you go. I'm giving y'all movies to watch, y'all. What y'all saying? Let me go back because y'all are talking. Let's see. Maxine. Oh, I'm excited for Maxine. Starring Halsey and Kevin Bacon. Yep. Isn't that interesting? Halsey and Kevin Bacon. Yeah, I'm excited for that. Deadly Friend's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad y'all watched Deadly Friend. Hello, Aiden. How are you? Right. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff keeps helping me out here. You are correct, Jeff. I want to mention that too. If you do not know this, Deadly Friend actually came from a book called Friend. And it was not supposed to be a horror movie. And Wes Craven did not want it to be a horror movie. It was just supposed to be, like kind of like a family drama love story type thing. But of course, other people came in and were like, no, we need it to be horror. But Wes Craven was trying to, do other things. But he did a good job with it. Hey, Brian and Dawn. Hey, I haven't seen y'all on here in a minute. How are you guys? Hello, Orlando. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I watch so much stuff on HBO. With the 4 movies. What DVD is this? Yeah, so it's Deadly Friend, Eyes of a Stranger, The Hand, and Something's Watching Me. All 4 of those are on that particular DVD. So I recommend all of those movies. If you can't find that, I mean, try to find these movies somewhere though. All of them are good. Did you know that Rob's not? I'm hearing that is fake. About the whole Freddy thing. I'm hearing that's fake. I don't know. But that's what I'm hearing. Abigail. Oh yeah, I'm gonna see Abigail too when that comes out. The Hand with Michael Caine. Yes, sir. It's great. That's a great movie. When I had bought this DVD, the only movie I had known at the time was Deadly Friend. I hadn't watched any of the other three, and I was very pleasantly surprised by all three of them. So I really loved that. All right, y'all. Let's move on to Freddy Krueger. Where's my notes? All right, let's move on to Freddy's Dead, the Final Nightmare. But is it the final nightmare? Should it have been the final nightmare? I guess that is a good question, right? I guess if it wasn't the final nightmare, we wouldn't have gotten New Nightmare. I guess maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Because it's kind of different since they're trying to be like in real life a New Nightmare. So I don't know. I don't know. Freddy's Dead came out in September of 1991. It is rated R. I do not know where it's streaming, but hopefully everybody has pretty much watched this movie or own it. I don't know. I don't know where it's streaming, but it is $3.99 on Amazon, and that's another $3.99. If you haven't seen Freddy's Dead, but you've seen the others, I highly recommend it. It's a fun watch. So when I say this, because someone has asked me what my ranking is, my ranking with Freddy's Dead is that this is my least favorite. If I have to rank them, this is my least favorite. But I do not hate this movie at all. I do like the movie, and it's a fun one. It's not scary. There's nothing scary about Freddy's Dead, like, at all. At all. He's not scary. It's just more of showcasing him and his comedy in a way. And then showcasing some really interesting CGI from 1991 and practical effects as well. They had a lot of makeup, practical effects, and CGI going on in Freddy's Dead, which the CGI doesn't bother me in this movie, I guess, because it's early and it's just kind of interesting. But they had to do some CGI for, like the Nintendo scene and all that stuff, which is actually one of my favorites. I love the part with Breckenmeyer, and I love Breckenmeyer. It's the first movie I got to see him in, and then after this, he did The Craft and some other stuff. Well, he did Clueless and The Craft and all that. We all know that. And yes, his ponytail certainly is its own character, right? I guess that was the look back then. But yeah, his scene where he's playing the Nintendo and then he's in the Nintendo and he's hopping around like he's a game, hop 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 hop, and doing things like he's in the game. That whole thing is hilarious. I've always thought that was funny. It always gives me a chuckle. I just love it. Let's see I wrote so much stuff down. It's weird that I've seen this movie 1,000 times and I wrote a lot of notes down. I would like to say this. So my first time watching this one, no, not on HBO. My parents took me to see this for my 13th birthday. So I was 13 when this came out. September 20th is my birthday, and this came out September 13th of 91. So yeah, it was my birthday, and my parents knew that I was a Freddy fan, so like, okay, we'll take you to see this, for your birthday. And I was so excited, and it was going to be in 3D. The ending was in 3D, which was so exciting for back then, that a Nightmare on Elm Street movie was going to be in 3D, and to have a movie in 3D, I mean, it wasn't happening a whole lot. So yeah, that was a lot of excitement back then. And I remember not sitting with my parents. I'm 13 now, so I don't want to sit with my parents at the movie theater. I remember them sitting in a few rows behind me, and I just sat there by myself enjoying my Freddy Krueger. And I remember liking it. I thought it was a little different from the past ones, which I still think that way. It's a little different. But yeah, watching the 3D in the movie theater at that time with the 3D glasses, which I did not keep. I wish I did. I just didn't think about that at that time. Was an amazing experience. It was a very amazing experience. it makes the ending a whole lot better to see it in 3D, to be honest with you. Otherwise, it just seems a little weird if you're not seeing in 3D. But yeah, and it's New Line's first film in 3D as well, so it was something new to them. It kind of worked. It worked. It was whatever, because it's supposed to be in a dream. So yeah, it worked. And then you get your cameos from Alice Cooper, who plays Freddy's dad. Did a great job. Alice did not want to be in the movie unless he was not in his Alice makeup. He did not want to be in Alice Cooper makeup. He wanted to be himself. And so they gave him the role of Freddy's dad. And he did an excellent job with that. You have Tom and Roseanne that were together. They were husband and wife at the time, Tom and Roseanne Barr. They're just part of the town and everything, just crazy people. And then you do get to see Johnny Depp again in a little small commercial on the TV. Here's your brain on drugs thing. And that was going along back then. But so you see him for a minute. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. What are y'all saying? Pre-order for Killer Clowns from Outer Space 4K Steelbook and goodies from Screen Printed. No, I did not see that pre-order. Did they just put that out? Because I didn't get the email unless they just put the email out. What? Wait a minute. Breaking news. They're doing what? Don't tell me this. I have no more room. I didn't get an email. I didn't see that. Did they post it? Oh, I'll have to do that. Okay. I think Abigail is going to be really fun, and I think that's going to be a good one. I'm excited to watch and review that when that comes out. I'll get you, my pretty, and your little soul, too. Yeah, I know. I just thought that was so cute when he, at the very beginning, the house is like up like it's in the Wizard of Oz, and then he becomes the Wicked Witch, Freddy Krueger, on a broom. That little scene was so iconic back then. And I love Wizard of Oz, so I thought that was great. I thought that was like the best thing ever. When they showed that, I was like, yep, I'm sold. I want to see what's going on. Yep, they helped sell Power Gloves, didn't they? The Power Glove. Pretty cheesy game. Yep. Hey, Government Cheese. What's up? Danny. Hey, Danny. Not a lot. How are you? Oh, they posted on Facebook. Oh, I'm not on Facebook, so I didn't see. Maybe they posted on Instagram. This was one of the first clips of Freddy you ever saw. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know everybody. I think I'm a little old. Most people, I think, a lot of people are like in their 30s. So I think y'all were still kids or haven't even watched a Nightmare on Elm Street movie yet. And I am 13 and I'm watching Freddy's Dead and I've already seen all the other ones a million times. Part 3 is already my favorite. Yeah. So I was a big Freddy fan. Big Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy fan. Let's see, what else did I write? Because I wrote a lot of stuff down. So in this one, you find out that Freddy had a kid. Maggie. So Lisa Zane, Billy Zane's sister, is in this. She plays Maggie. And she finds out she is Freddy's daughter. She kind of like forgot about that, I guess. How do y'all feel about that? About Freddy having a daughter? Besides in part 5, I don't remember them ever talking about him ever having a kid or being married or anything like that. And they depict that in this particular movie. I can't remember right now off the top of my head. But I just thought that was an interesting little twist. There is some conspiracy theory with this movie as well. So what do y'all think about this conspiracy theory? So John Doe, the lead actor who, ends up dying later on, John Doe, the conspiracy theory is that he is Jacob from part 5, from Dream Child, grown up. I read something about that. So that's an interesting theory, because no one knows who he is. He doesn't even know who he is. So that could be interesting. I did read somewhere too, I don't know how true we can go and how in depth we really need to go in on the timelines. But I read somewhere too that this one is supposed to take place after Freddy versus Jason. I guess. I read that too. I don't know. It's a little weird. I guess because he's supposed to be the last. But don't they all say in every single movie, we're the last of the Elm Street kids. We're the last. Isn't everybody always the last kid in each movie? But yeah, I read that too. And I thought that was an interesting time frame too. One of my favorite parts though that always gets me all the time is Carlos with the ear and his mom and the big Q-tip going through his ears and him going deaf and then his eardrum and Freddy doing all that with the chalkboard. Oh my God, it makes my ear hurt. That whole thing is really bothersome. The rest of the movie doesn't bother me. There's nothing in there that's scary or anything like that. It's just that little part is just like, oh, like my ears hurt. I can't stand it. Let's see, CGI practical effects. Oh yeah, and this is also one, if you did not realize this or do not know this is also the first one where we do not get the girls jump roping. The little girls jump roping and singing the song. Throughout the movie, if you notice, the rhyme, the song, whatever you want to call it, the lines from it, 1, 2, that, is written in different scenes throughout the whole movie. So it's in the movie, but we don't get the little girls jump roping and singing it. This is the first one for that. If you didn't realize that or ever really paid attention to that in this one, yep, no little girls jump roping. There you go. And I believe this is the first time that we actually get to see Freddy as himself, right? So Robert Englund played other parts in the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. We see him do other characters in the movies. I think it's 4 or 5. I think it's 5 where we see him be like a mental patient. But he's not exactly supposed to be Freddy though. He's just a mental patient. I think this is the first one we really get to see Freddy be, you see him as a kid, you see him as a teenager, and then you see him as a dad, as an adult. So I think that's really interesting too, that you see him in those different stages of his life. And you see as a teenager, you know, that he's with an abusive father who's played by Alice Cooper. And that's just the start of all his issues and problems. And he's sitting there already cutting himself, you know, so that's pretty cool. I like that. And then you get the famous line, the famous tagline from this movie when it came out too. Every town has an Elm Street. And yes, it does. Pretty much every town has an Elm Street. So, yeah, that's a fun one. Like I said, it is my least favorite, but I still have fun with this one. I don't dislike any of the movies in Nightmare on Elm Street. I think they're all fun in their own way. Yeah, I just don't have anything bad to say about it. Love it. Love every moment of it. What are y'all saying? Let me go back. Find the official new Nightmare Glove. Oh. Yes, we will be. Hello. How are you? Yes, we are going to do Imaginary next week. So I'll review Imaginary next week, and we'll do it on the Nightmare podcast as well. Yeah. Oh, the first one you saw was Dream Warriors. The first Nightmare on Elm Street I saw was part 7. Or not part 7, part 2. Excuse me, I was looking at the number 7. Part 2. Part 2 was part 2. Actually, I was 7 when I watched part 2. No, but I know. And then Richie, hello Richie, says he was 11 when he first heard of Freddy. Yeah, I was 7. And I watched part 2 with my parents at home. And then I really loved it. and I wanted to know more about Freddy Krueger, and that's when I went back and watched part 1. Absolutely loved it, of course. And then at that time, part 3 was out. And so then part 3, and then part 3 ended up becoming my favorite. And I had 1, 2, and 3 on tape. My parents recorded all 3 of those off of HBO for me, so I always could watch 1, 2, and 3 all the time in my bedroom, and I did. Dream Warriors religiously. Like, I can recite that whole movie. If you sat down and watched that movie with me, I can recite the entire movie. But yeah, I was 7. I started very early, y'all. The reason we have TVs today. Wait, The Witch's Crystal Ball and The Wizard of Oz is the reason we have TVs today. Ah, there you go. Freddy on Scream was Freddy versus Jason movie. Oh, okay. Part 5. I love hearing everybody's first Freddy movies. It's so interesting because each movie is kind of different. I think it's a great series, but they're still entertaining in their own way, in their own individual way. So I don't have any problems with any of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. And then Jason Goes to Hell. Jason has a sister and a niece. Yeah, this is true. Ha! This is true. Oh, hey, Pat. How are you? Yep. I can't wait to talk to y'all on Sunday night, too. That's going to be a lot of fun. I just did the Horror Slash podcast last night, and they do like a little game where it's a panel and it's a movie versus movie kind of a thing, and we all get like 40 seconds to say why we think this movie is better than the other one in like setting or characters or plot. It's really fun. The Horror Slash, that's a fun one too. But yeah, hey, Pat, I can't wait to come see you on Sunday night, and we're gonna have fun. Yeah, I can't wait to talk to y'all. I love doing podcasts, so if y'all have a podcast and want me on it, I'll do it. You were around 5? Yeah. And see, that's when I seen the Thriller video and started getting interested in scary things when I was 5. Scene in Massacre at Central High, we both agree. I'm telling you. Okay, well, watch the movie, because her whole scene, Kimberly's whole scene in the movie is like in the water. It's her and David in the water naked. And hey, guys, David's naked. No, David's naked too, so it's not just the girl. You'll get to see both. You're gonna see both. But yeah, they're in the water, splashing around, playing and stuff. So it's really, yep. You were 16 when Dream Warriors came out, and you saw it in the theater. Oh, you got to see it in the theaters. Oh, I wish I could have seen it in the theaters. VHS. Yeah, I wish I could have seen part 3 in the theaters, but I didn't. Yeah, Freddy's Dead was my first Nightmare on Elm Street to see in the theaters. I didn't really go to the theater a lot. My parents didn't really take me a whole lot, so it wasn't like something I did a lot of. I could probably name off from my childhood up until I became an adult and can do things on my own. I could probably name off all the movies I've seen in a movie theater on my fingers. I mean, I really didn't get to the movies a lot. I did see Demon Knight at the movie theater, though. I went with a boyfriend. So I was in high school when that came out. Demon Knight was great. And, oh God, why am I having a brain fart? Graveyard Shift. My mom took me to see that. I seen that at the movie theater. As far as horror movies goes, I mean, I've seen other movies at the theater, not all horror though. So I'm trying to remember. My first movie was E.T. So Philip is right here. Lester just asked, where has Philip been? He's right here behind the desk. He likes to be behind the desk or whatever. It's like, oh, what did I just do? Oh, there we go. Scream franchise closed from, yeah. Yup. Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. That's a good one. That's a good movie. I am way older than you. If that was your first movie. Zombie Momsen said hello, Philip. And so did Lester. If I everyone seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Hellraiser 1. Oh, that's awesome, y'all. I love y'all. Demon Knight was, yeah. Oh, God, wasn't it, though? So you've seen it in the movie theater, too. Oh, yeah, I went with a boyfriend. His name was Rick. He was a skater dude. We were like, when I was in high school, I was like grunge chick. So we were all about grunge and skating and all that kind of stuff. Elaine said hello as well, Philip. Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute. Okay, so I'm done with the movies. I loved all 4 movies. Recap really quick. Freddy's Dead, Final Nightmare, Deadly Friend, Massacre at Central High, and The Mad Room. Go watch all 4. But yeah, thank you for mentioning that, Dean. The Final Destination movie, that might be, I'm interested. I'm interested in any horror movie that's coming out, obviously. I didn't realize that they would do another one, but here we are. We're doing another one. I'm not crazy about them naming it Bloodlines. Like, isn't everything named Bloodlines? And then it's always like the 5th movie or the 6th movie in something or whatever. I'm not crazy about that. Why are we calling it Bloodlines? I don't like that. It doesn't seem like a Final Destination movie with being called Bloodlines. But other than that, yeah, sure, I'm excited about it. The made-for-TV Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. Oh! Gotcha, Pat. Oh, okay, I got you. That's good. I like that one too. I like both of them. I didn't know which one you meant. Dirt. Yep, Hellraiser Bloodline. No, nothing Ghostface. I haven't gotten anything Ghostface. Yes, I haven't gotten anything from really anybody right now. It's just like kind of a dead moment, to be honest with you, with collectibles. Just putting that out there right now. I did order some candy. So we do coffee, we do teas, and I'm like, okay, well let's do some candy. And I have found these little skull jars filled with gummies. I ordered 2 different kinds for now. I just want to see how they'll do first before I go and order more. But I can order more in different kinds. But I ordered 2 different kinds. I've got gummy spiders and gummy eyeballs, of course. I believe they're like the sour gummies with the sugar on them. And they're in skull jars. And I have those coming. I'm quite excited about that. And they're really cool because either you can buy it for yourself or they'll make a really good gift. And we have Easter coming up. So if you want something spooky in an Easter basket, these skull jar gummy candies will be good for that. But when we get them, I'll show them on the live show so y'all can see, what they're about and what they look like. And if they do really good, then I can always order other different types of gummies and other different types of stuff from this company. They also do like greeting cards, birthday cards with candy on the inside. That's really cool. Like, spooky cards with candy corns and stuff on the inside. And there was some other stuff too, like really cool gift ideas. I think that would be really good from Halloween to Christmas time. But I am wanting to get some candy in here and just see. So that's going to be something new I'm going to carry. We'll see how that goes. I am now starting to sit here and decide about putting stuff back on the website and getting the website going again here soon. So, I don't know when, but I'm still thinking about that. And if we do that, then I'll put these skull candy jars on the website. I still have tons of the John Carver Toonie Tears. I still have tons of that, so maybe I should go ahead and put those on the website so y'all can order one. And we should have some more stuff coming from NECA. We're kind of talking to them right now about some order stuff. So yeah, I may be making that decision here soon to get the website back going and add some of the stuff that we have been getting in on there, and just going back to normal again. We just had to take a small little break for a minute, but yeah, when I decide to do that and we actually do it, I will let y'all know though. I can't wait for Ghostbusters as well. I think that's going to be fun. Let's see what y'all saying. Favorite part is that's me throwing the finger at you. Right. Or Final, maybe they'll bring back legacy characters. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm all for some legacy characters in the Final Destination one. I'm Strangers Chapter 1 teaser. Yep. I can't tell y'all, but I may have some little secret about Strangers. Can't tell y'all right now, though. But I have a secret. Tomb in a Room. Oh, the Drax Tomb in a Room. Oh, yeah. I don't have any more right now. We'll have to get some more of that. I don't think we can get the Ghostface Takes Manhattan figure. No. I think that was an exclusive. I feel like I don't know. This is the problem. Like, I can order something from NECA. Like, I ordered a whole bunch of stuff from NECA like a year ago, and they're just now wanting to send that stuff to me. So that's how far behind that they are on at least shipping me my stuff. So, yeah. Because I feel like it was an exclusive to Target or something, and then like maybe a month after that, I feel like I might have was able to order some, but I haven't heard anything from NECA. No. So, I don't know. Yeah. I'm still waiting on this other figure I was talking about, though. This other Ghostface figure that I ordered from another company. I haven't heard anything about it. I think that the last thing I seen is that it might be shipping in April or May. So, and that's a really cool figure. Something completely different. Yeah, I'm excited about the Strangers. The Strangers wasn't like it. It's not a movie that I'm like, oh, I love The Strangers. Pray at Night was good. I own both of them. But yeah, I'm excited for another one. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, I may have a secret to go with that. But yeah. All right, what else? I wanted to talk about, let's see. I wanted to show something. Okay, I have several other little few things I want to talk about. I'm going to go to this camera now. Going to different cameras. So today is the anniversary of The Reptile, which is one of my favorite Hammer horror movies. And we do have these, just saying, we do have these on sale. These are like how much, Philip? Well, 13, but do we have them on sale, or is that the price? That's the price? Okay. So these are on sale right now. All of our Mego figures, is it Mego, whatever, are all on sale, and this particular one is $13, y'all. Please. It's such a cool figure, and it's such a cool movie. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend The Reptile. So like I said, happy anniversary to The Reptile. Came out today. So we've got that. And then, let me move that. Shoot. I got a lot of stuff. And then I've been talking about my claw machine so much, right? I love my claw machine. So I wanted to show you all the plushies that we have in the claw machine, just so you can get an idea of what the plushies look like. If you're going to come here and come play my claw machine. People have been playing. People have been winning. $1 gets you 2 plays. Let me move all this stuff. So here are the plushies. They're big. They're very big. They're a lot bigger than what I thought they were going to be. So those are the size of the plushies. We have Chucky plushies. There's 2 different Chuckies, and there's a Tiffany. And then we have Universal Monster ones. There's the Bride. There's the Wolfman, Creature, Frankenstein, Dracula, Mummy, all that, all of the characters. So yeah, this is what's in my claw machine. Yay, they're fun. I love plushies. You like the reels? Oh, I'm glad you like the reels. I know Brian's funny. We did a whole bunch of new ones today, and there's going to be some more that I'm in the videos, so hopefully y'all will like that. What's not cool? Wait, what? My secret? Migo. Thank you, Dean. Migo. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Pat. So Pat said he had fun rewatching Valentine Bluffs the other day. He did a double feature with the OG My Bloody Valentine. Great. I'm so happy that you like Valentine Bluffs. We can talk about that Sunday night too. But yeah, that's a great double feature. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. From your backyard in Henderson. Hey, in Henderson. How are you, Patrick? All right. So let's see. Talked about that. Talked about the plushies. Let me just leave a plushie. Can we still see him? Let's just leave little plushies there because they're fun. And the bride in her hair. Tubi. Okay. Y'all. Let's get serious. Okay. So apparently we all have noticed Tubi changed their logo. So what? That's my attitude about it. It's now purple and yellow, and you have this little dot between the T and the U now. I mean, the dot's kind of weird. Okay, fine, the dot's weird. I like the purple and the yellow. I like the colors it was, whatever. I don't care. It's fine, whatever. Let me tell you how this went down for me. I hope I don't make anybody mad. I'm at home the other day, and I'm getting on Tubi, and I'm like, oh, they changed the logo. They changed the colors. Oh. Huh. Okay. Scroll and went about my day. Didn't give it another thought. Nothing. I didn't even think at that moment in time that I would get on social media and see everybody freaking out and posting about it and hating it and posting about it. I get on there, it's especially Twitter, and everybody's posting and everybody hates it and it's just freaking the hell out. And I'm like, what? Really? This is the subject we're talking about today on here? The Tubi logo being changed? Y'all are giving yourself anxiety by getting upset over these stupid things to get upset over and then to post about it. And that makes a chain reaction and everybody's like, I hate it too. Oh my God. Ugh. So what? It's so stupid. There is so much stuff in this world, or probably in your own life, that I'm sure is way more important to deal with than Tubi changing a logo. Now, if they would have changed their whole entire format, and let's say they weren't even going to do horror movies anymore on there, it's just going to be all other movies. Or if they start charging us, because it's free, if they start charging us, that's something to bitch about. That is something to bitch about. That's something to talk about. Now, I get it. Other people are like, well, this just, it's just for conversation. And, okay. Yeah. And here we are conversating about it, right? Yes, here we are. I guess I'm conversating about it because, again, like I said, in my own moment at home, I was just like, oh, okay, they changed it. Okay, cool. I never even thought about even discussing it with anybody, or I never thought about posting about it. I never thought anything else about it after those 3 seconds. So, yeah. It's cool, y'all. Chill. I'm going to say this. I've said this my entire life. This has always been my thing ever since I was a kid. Take a chill pill. Please. Stop giving yourselves anxiety over dumb, stupid shit that does not matter. And then arguing with other people about shit that does not matter, like, at all. All right. That's all I want to talk about with that. That's how I feel. Get mad. I don't care. It's dumb. And yeah. That's how I feel about it. Thank you, Trico. I can't wait for Chucky to return too. I guess the point I'm making is I just can't believe so many people out there like looked at the logo and then gave it that much thought. That they even are like, I'm posting this. Oh, this is just... I can't deal with that kind of stuff. I am so laid back. Like, I don't get worked up over anything. I don't get worked up over trailers or pictures or anything until I watch a movie. Right? A bitch about what I guess I just want to put something on social media. I don't know. I even kind of got attacked about it on Instagram, but I'm not going to go into that. But yeah, I did. And I was just like, okay, I'm done. I am so done. Let's see. What else did I want to talk about? I wanted to talk about Tubi, that. I think that was it. Let me remind everybody about our March events happening. So if you live here in Las Vegas or you coming here next week, we'll be having Leah Visoy on Thursday from 4 to 7. She was the Clown Cafe girl in Terrifier 2. She's the one that sings that song. So, yeah, she's going to come. She lives here, and she's just going to come do a little signing from 4 to 7. So that'll be fun. Her autograph prices, I think a selfie with her is $20. The autograph, I think, was $30, or a combo is $40. With her. I did talk to her. I guess we had a lot of questions if she's going to be in costume. I did ask her earlier if she is going to be in costume. She said, this is what she said about that. She wasn't planning on it, but she can bring the costume and kind of set it up behind her. That way it will be in the photos that she takes with people. But if she is in costume, she's going to have to charge more for photos. So, I mean, that's just how things work, and that's just how things are, y'all. So, a $20 selfie is going to be now a $40 to $50 selfie if you want her in the costume. So, I think she's just going to bring it, maybe, and then just have it there so people can at least see it and stuff. But she's not necessarily going to be in it, unless y'all want to pay more money. But yeah, so she's going to be here from 4 to 7. She's a very pleasant girl. Love her. So that's going to be fun to have her. And then Days of the Dead is the 15th, 16th, and 17th. Next weekend. Can't wait for that. We'll have just a small little booth there, but we want everybody to come to the store and the cafe. And then we're going to have our signing with Ginger Lynn on the 23rd from 5 to 7. She is here premiering her new movie, The Gifted. It is a horror movie. She stars in it, and she's premiering that from 2 to 4 here in Las Vegas. And then after that, from 5 to 7, she's going to be here at the store doing a little signing for that. I think she said $40 for autograph and all of that. And then, exciting news, after that happens, they are going to be filming the sequel to The Gifted. Yes, they're already doing a sequel to it. And they're filming that here in Las Vegas. And so on that Sunday, I'm going to go film my part in that. And I have to go to the chicken ranch. So we'll see what happens. That's going to be interesting. Just putting that out there. So I'm going to be filming that on that Sunday on the 24th. That's going to be fun. And then thank you for talking about it. Hold on real quick. Let me see. Just bitch about nonsense. I know, right? And then it has been announced. So now I can announce it too. Thank you, JB. I was announced that I am going to be in OnlyFans. So I hope y'all seen that post. Thank you very much for everybody telling me congratulations. The support means a lot. I think the movie is going to be fantastic. Y'all know the movie is going to be fantastic. Y'all have seen pretty much some of the cast already. Great cast, gorgeous girls. You got Drew in there. I mean, it's going to be great. They said for me, they are writing me a special cameo part. So yeah. So I'm going to have a special part. Not exactly sure of anything right yet. I don't think that we're filming until summer, I think. But yeah, so they said they're going to write me a special part, and so we shall see how that goes. I'm very excited about OnlyFans. So thank you very much for supporting that, everybody. It looks like everybody's very excited about that. So yeah, 2 movies coming up I'll be filming, and then also Pool Party Massacre Part 2 with Drew. He's going to be filming that sometime soon, and I'm going to be in that as well. So that's going to be fun. Let's see. Skate to Hell. Sean C. Phillips, he did Desert Fiends, which hasn't came out yet, but Bloody Disgusting had talked about Desert Fiends. Myself and the store is in that. And then we're also going to do Skate to Hell as well. So I got a lot of projects and a lot of movies coming up. And again, I also did 2 movies with Tom Devlin, Nameless and Slaughterhouse on the Hill. Nameless, not sure what's going on with that. That was filmed a couple years ago, actually. And that's the one you get to see my tatas. Slaughterhouse on the Hill, he said, was going to be on Tubi later on in the year, though. So, yay! I'll have a movie on Tubi and that stupid logo. So yeah, a lot of movies and a lot of opportunities coming up. I'm very, very excited about it. I hope y'all are excited about it. And I am saying it right now, I am no actress. I am not saying I'm an actress. I am no actress. I'm just Nightmare Kristy. So I'm very happy that everybody is involving me, though, in the movies. I'm very flattered and I'm very honored. So that's going to be super fun when all of this comes out. Yes, I know. Tom isn't producing Nameless. It's not his company producing Nameless, but he is the one producing Slaughterhouse on the Hill, though. So that one will definitely come out first. I'm not sure what's going on at Nameless. I need to ask him again. Because that one's going to be really good, but it's like someone else doing that one, and I'm not sure what's happening with it. All right. I think that's it, y'all. I've talked y'all's ear off enough, over an hour. But I think I got everything in that I wanted to talk about, though. Talked about the movies, March events, fun stuff. Happy anniversary of the Reptile. So it's another movie recommendation. If you haven't seen that, I love Hammer Horror. And yeah, that's it. So next week we'll do Imaginary. The week after that, I'm not sure, but the week after that is, Ghostbusters is coming out. So the week after that, we'll do Ghostbusters. But Imaginary will be next week. Brian's not excited. So we'll see how that goes for the podcast. But make sure you listen to our podcast, Nightmare Podcast. It will air on Friday on the YouTube, and you can hear what me and Brian really have to say about Deadly Friend. Okay? All right, guys. I love y'all. Thank you for the support. And I will see y'all next week. All right. Y'all stay spooky. Bye.